Hey everyone, welcome to, I guess it's episode 4 of the now renamed The Sea, Riding the Waves of Spinal Muscular Atrophy. The reason I changed the group name and the series is SMA is like the ocean. You have your ups, you have your downs, you have your smooth sailing, you have your sunny days, you have your cloudy days. Just when you think the storm has approached and it's something that you can't handle, you weather the storm, you persevere, and you come out on the other side. So that's why I think I renamed the series. Now, I promise you I give you updates on the clinical trial I'm on, and I will do that. It's been, I guess, a week and a day since I started the medicine. Whether it's a mental thing or not, I do feel stronger. I think I lift more weight. I'm getting up and down out of a chair easier. And though I'm still in a lot of pain, and unfortunately that's self-inflicted because I tend to not slow down. I am one of these, as my wife would say, gerbil on the wheel. I go, 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 and I don't stop. Last night, after going over to one of my clients' houses to pick up some toys for my granddaughter Ava, power washing them, inadvertently hitting my foot with the power washer, which was really fun, and it was quite the sunburn for a little while. And doing some other stuff around the house, I was pretty tired. My legs hurt me. I was grouchy. I was working on some stuff for my business, and I just needed to be alone. And we've all had that, where our loved ones do the best they can to comfort us and say they're there for us. And sometimes we just need to be alone. We just need to suffer through what we're going through, and we'll come out on the other side a better person. So today's Easter. I'm not the most religious man. I do believe in Christ. I do believe in the resurrection. I do believe in church. A buddy of mine, Andy Berryman, who hopefully will watch this, has invited me to his church and invited Angie and I to his church. And I think we're going to accept to go. Unfortunately, Andy won't be able to attend his church for the next couple of weeks because of some family arrangements. He's going to Florida to see his son, his daughter-in-law, and his little grandbaby. He has a little grandbaby too, a little granddaughter. I think she's about a month difference from Ava. So Andy he's one of my best friends, if not my best friends. We have a lot in common. So I'm gonna try his church tonight. We Angie and I sat down and watched their Easter um, telecast, the recording, and I hope by me saying that I believe in Christ and the resurrection, I don't offend anybody. There's lots of religions out there, and this is not a religious episode. This is just an episode about things that I took away from that 1 hour recording. And I put some notes down, and I'm going to just read them off because it's easier for me to take notes and read off as we go. So one of the things that the pastor talked about was Nazareth, where he died and Jesus brought him back from the dead. And then in turn, Jesus was crucified and he came back from the dead in 3 days. So the pastor said something that really hit home with me. It was God if only. So we, with a chronic condition, and obviously a condition that gets worse over time, even with the medications out there, I don't think we ever stop losing muscle. I think it slows down. With the new medications coming out, hopefully we can build that stuff back up, which is awesome. I'm proof, I think, that I am one of those, and it's not in my head. And a couple of the things that in my personal life came to mind, and I'm going to read those out again. I apologize because I wrote them down. It says, "God, if only I could protect and support my wife, children, grandchildren, and friends better." I'm a very protective father and husband, and sometimes things don't go the way I feel I'd like them to go, and I wonder if I'm still doing a good job protecting my loved ones. They say I do, but sometimes I question that. God, if only I can do what I want to do physically. Obviously, this hits home with a lot of you guys. It could be something like feed myself, lift my hands above my head, walk, um, travel, drive. A myriad of things comes to mind because I've gotten to know quite a few of you, and I've gotten to know how blessed I am to be in the situation I am, and I'm blessed by meeting people that are probably stronger than I am, quite honestly, because they have to deal with stuff that I don't have to deal with from day to day. Another one is, God, if only I could ride a bike, I could be a better man, father, husband. Again, it's another one. I did it before. I'm saying it again. If I could only be better at being who I am, if I could only run, okay? There's a lot more God if I can onlys, obviously, and we ask that every day because we're human. Um, we're I guess we're meant to fail and understand where we fail to make ourselves better. That's always the goal of any human being in life. Um, some of the things that um, I asked God if only, and He actually answered for me. And these are um, pretty incredible things. And a couple of things is, God, if only I could find a woman that loved me for who I am, and I did. My wife Angie. Enough said. You'll meet her further into the episodes because I told her tonight, sitting here watching the sermon, she's going to be speaking in one of these, and she's like, "Oh, great!" So you'll meet her, okay? God, if only my condition was better. God, if only you could help me maintain. And God has allowed me to walk when others can't. Um, I feel kind of selfish, and you'll hear that many times. But people from the SMA community don't see me as selfish. They're thankful for what I can do. And again, I don't feel that way, but thank you for letting me know that. And I asked God that, what would be my calling in life? What would be the thing I'm best at? And I'm very good in some things. I'm very bad at some things. I tend to be a pretty good real estate agent. I hope I'm a good team member. I hope I'm a good partner. And I hope I do a good job for my clients. I can't do a good job for every client because we're human and we make mistakes. If we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't be human. One thing that I'm trying to do, and I think I'm good at it, and I think I will be good at it, and I'll continue to strive for it until the day I die, is I asked God, how can I reach more people, as many people as possible in this world? And how can I do a better job in life? I decided that my calling would be something like this, where I get on Facebook, or as some people call it, face lickers, it's a joke, where I could talk about my journey. I hope to get other people on the video to talk about their journey. At 60 years old, my life, I still got a lot of life ahead of me, but I've lived a lot of life. I've learned a lot of stuff. I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned where I'm strong. I've learned where I'm weak. My strength is gab. I can talk until technically, verbally, the cows come home, and I like to do that. I've been on Messenger in the last week or so with many people. I found out that there's somebody that lives less than 5 minutes from me that has SMA3. Who would have thought that? It's This disease is more prevalent than anybody knows. Anybody knows. Um, Sorry about that. My video stopped for a second. And we're strong. We fight, and we don't give up. Um, and I guess that's really this episode. And again, that's not about my life, okay? A little bit about my life, but this is more an episode of this day, um, fighting with the idea of going back to church, finding a church that I feel is going to fit me as a person, and fit my outlook or my vision. And I'm hoping I found that. I've requested an interview with the pastor just to talk to him a little bit because you have to like where you go. Because there's many churches that preach the word of the Lord, but you got to find one that calls you to them. I'm hoping this is the one. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The next episode, I'll talk a little bit more about my progress with the clinical trial, and I think I'm going to talk about my teenage years a little bit because I promised you I'd give you um, let you into my life with the raw, hard stuff I've done. I'm no angel, that's for sure, and none of us are. But together we can become one big group of perfection. No matter what our physical limitations are, we still have our mental capacity. We can still make a difference. With the technology today, you can easily do voice to text, to send messages, to send emails, to get the word of SMA out there, to let the community know that we're not the forgotten. Because sometimes I think you feel forgotten, and you shouldn't feel forgotten because you're not. So the way I want to end this is, if you guys notice, above my right shoulder to me, my left shoulder to you, there's a sign that says, "Today is the beginning of a new day. Let it be something good." And I try to do that. It's hard sometimes, but try that. Just wake up in the morning and say, "What can I do good today that will make a difference?" And my good is staying in communication with everybody. If you text me, I'll text you back. If you message me, I'll message you back. And that's what I want to do. I want to be there for you guys. I want to share my experience. I want to share my clinical trial. If I go on any kind of medication, I'll share that with you. Um, and we'll be there together. Okay. Um, I guess you could say you're my crew in the sea. So until next week, I want to say thank you for putting up with me, listening to me talk, and thank you for being part of the sea, riding the waves of spinal muscular atrophy. We will not be deterred. We will fight for what we believe in. We will fight for a cure, and we won't give up. So again, friends, much love and respect, and thank you for continuing to let me come into your life.